With the DJI Osmo Action 5 Pro, DJI released the 5th generation of their very popular and successful action camera last week. I took the time to compare the facts sheet of the new Osmo Action 5 Pro to the one of its predecessor, the Osmo Action 4. And I found a lot of cool improvements, but also a surprising and very unexpected downgrade. Stick around and I'll tell you everything I found out right after the intro. Hey there, underwater image makers, great to see you back here on the channel. If you're new here, my name is Matthias and I'm an award-winning underwater cinematographer and creator of the Underwater Video Academy, a mobile platform to help divers improve their underwater video skills. If you're not familiar with it, you can check it out through the link in the video description. Besides teaching other divers how to capture their underwater adventures best, I use this channel here also to test and review all kinds of underwater camera gear. So if that's of interest to you, make sure to subscribe and activate the bell so you're not missing any future video uploads. Now let's get back to today's topic, the new DJI Osmo Action 5 Pro. What a name! The official release video is very well produced and stunning to watch, but as so often with these official videos, they usually don't tell the entire truth. They focus on the highlights of a new camera model, but obviously don't talk about its shortcomings. I want to help you get a clearer idea on how much of an improvement the new DJI Osmo Action 5 Pro really is compared to previous models and whether or not it is worth for you to upgrade. And as always here on the channel, I do it from the perspective of an underwater image maker. Ready? Let's do this. So let's start right at the top of the specs sheet with the dimensions. They haven't changed at all. The Osmo Action 5 Pro has the exact same dimensions as the Osmo Action 4 and 3. And that's great because it means that all accessories like the waterproof housing that you might already have are still compatible with the Osmo Action 5 Pro. Speaking of waterproofing your new Osmo Action 5 Pro, this new model now is waterproof down to 20 meters. A slight increase compared to the previous models, so you can basically use it without a dive case on a lot of your dives. I strongly recommend using a dive case anyways though to help you protect the camera, especially when using it in salt water. Let's jump over the next few specs which are not so important and go right to the screens. The sizes of both screens, front and back, have increased compared to its predecessor. You now get a nice and big 2.5-inch back screen and a 1.46-inch front screen. I like that a lot. Bigger screens are always better to help you frame your objects underwater. We now have a completely new sensor that uses a 4nm chip for improved performance, like a new 13.5 stops of dynamic range. If that proves to be true, that is very impressive for such a small camera. The size of the sensor hasn't changed though. We're still working with a 1/1.3 inch CMOS sensor and the 13.5 stops of dynamic range are actually limited to 4K 60p. The ISO range has also gone up a little bit, and that's probably to do with the new Super Night mode DJI introduces this year. More about that in a moment. You can now take 40 megapixel stills with the Osmo Action 5 Pro, which will give you 8K photo resolution. A nice improvement from the 4K photo resolution on the previous models. They also introduced a photo burst mode, giving you the ability to record up to 30 images in 3 seconds. Now this could prove quite useful for fast moving subjects, increasing the likelihood to get the shot you want. 4K 120p is still the maximum resolution for video, and that is totally fine with me. Super Night and subject tracking are two new modes that are introduced with the Osmo Action 5 Pro. Super Night is supposed to be a very powerful low light mode, enabling you to capture sharp and clear footage even in darkish environments. That could prove to be very useful in a lot of diving situations, especially on deeper dives or on overcast days. Subject tracking now allows you to have the camera follow you digitally and keep you in the center of the frame. It does this by cropping a 4K image into a 2.7K image, which gives you a little leeway on all sides to follow your movement. This could be useful when taking selfie shots underwater, helping you to stay in the center of the frame at all times. But how well the camera will be able to recognize you as a diver and follow you needs to be seen. No real changes in slow motion, time-lapse and stabilization features, but we have an interesting change in the maximum bitrate. You would expect the bitrate to get higher on a newer camera model, but here the opposite happened. Both the Osmo Action 4 and 3 have a maximum bitrate of 130 megabits per second. The brand new Osmo Action 5 Pro only comes with a maximum bitrate of 100 megabits per second. That is very odd. I don't know if that will be visible in the video quality, but it seems like an odd move, especially since they have integrated this new, way more powerful 4nm chip. You would think that they would increase the maximum bitrate, not lower it. If anyone has an idea why they did this, please share it down in the comment section with us. Thank you. Another change we can see is in the video format. In the past we had the choice between recording in the older H.264 or the newer HEVC video codec. DJI has now removed the option to choose H.264 as a video codec, leaving us only HEVC. The battery life is a big improvement if we believe the release video. It has a slightly higher capacity and provides up to 4 hours of battery life. That is quite insane and very welcome at the same time. Imagine not having to change the battery at all throughout an entire diving day. Again, we have the same color temperature sensor like on the Osmo Action 4, which works quite well underwater to reproduce realistic looking colors. And with the known 10-bit color depth, we keep plenty of flexibility to color correct our underwater shots without the image falling apart too quickly. Two new features that are not on the comparison facts sheet are the integration of a dive time and depth overlay on your images. A bit of a gimmick in my opinion, but for those who fancy such stuff, it is certainly nicely integrated. And last but not least, for the first time ever in an Osmo Action camera, we get 47 GB of internal memory, and I personally like that a lot. Not only once has it happened to me in the past that I forgot to insert a new SD card into my Action camera after downloading the footage from the previous dive, and that obviously meant no footage from the next dive. Now you have the built-in redundancy to be able to record footage even if you forget to insert an SD card. Awesome feature, thank you very much DJI. So is it worth upgrading to the new DJI Osmo Action 5 Pro? Well, if you're on an Osmo Action 3 or lower, yes, I do think it is worth the upgrade. If on the other hand you're using an Osmo Action 4 right now, I don't really see an imminent urge to upgrade. I will probably get one myself though. I mean, I have to try it, right? If you want to see some action camera comparisons, go and check out these videos over here next. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next one.